Listening to real-life style stories in English is one of the best ways to improve your language skills. You're not just learning grammar and vocabulary, you're learning how English sounds in natural situations. So if you're serious about understanding English better and speaking it more confidently, stick around for this strange and exciting story. Make sure to subscribe, turn on the bell, and give this story a like. We post new English audio adventures every day to help you learn while being entertained. Now let's get into the story. His name was Dylan. He didn't have much. A small apartment, a part-time job, and a growing list of things he couldn't afford. But he didn't complain. He kept going. Every morning, he walked the same path to work, passed the same shops, nodded at the same people. One morning, the city felt a little quieter than usual. There was a soft fog in the air, and the sidewalks were still wet from the rain during the night. Dylan had his hands in his jacket pockets, head down, thinking about bills and maybe getting a second job. As he walked past the alley behind a small cafe, something caught his eye. A black bag. It was just sitting there, right in the middle of the path. It looked expensive, not like the usual trash people left around. He slowed down, looked around, then walked toward it. There was no one in the alley. Not a sound, not a car, not even footsteps. He bent down and opened the bag. It was full of money. Neatly packed stacks, tight rubber bands, clean bills. Not just a few, a lot. More than he had ever seen in his life. He stood up quickly and looked around again. Still, no one. His heart started racing. He didn't know what to do. His first thought was to take it to the police. That was the right thing. But a small voice in his head asked, what if no one knows about it? What if it's just lost? He zipped the bag closed and walked quickly out of the alley. Every sound behind him made him turn. Every stranger felt like they were watching him. He reached his apartment, locked the door behind him, and placed the bag on the floor. Then he just sat there, staring at it. For the rest of the day, he couldn't think straight. He didn't go to work. He kept checking the window. He listened for footsteps in the hallway. The city felt louder than usual. That night, he didn't sleep. The bag sat in the corner like a shadow with eyes. By the next morning, he made a decision. He opened the bag again and counted some of the money. Carefully. Slowly. Then he placed a few bills into his wallet and left the house. He went to the grocery store and bought more than usual. Good bread, fresh fruit, a box of chocolates. No one said anything. He paid, took the change, and walked out. No alarms. No questions. Just a regular day. But he didn't feel normal. Back at home, he sat with the bag again. So many possibilities ran through his head. He could pay rent for a year. He could buy a better phone. Fix the heater. Even travel. But another part of him said, you don't know where this came from. You don't know who it belongs to. This could be dangerous. He searched online, what to do if you find a bag of money. Most results said, report it. Some said, depends where you found it. A few stories said, people found cash, kept it, and later bad things happened. That was the part he couldn't stop thinking about. 3 days passed. He didn't spend more. He didn't touch the bag again. But something changed in him. He became more alert, more suspicious. He checked behind himself when walking. He watched strangers on the street like they were all possible enemies. Then, one evening, someone knocked on his door. Just 2 soft knocks. Then silence. He didn't move. He waited. Another knock. Still soft. No voice. No footsteps walking away. He stayed frozen for a long time. When he finally looked through the peephole, there was no one there. The next day, he visited the alley again. It was empty. No cameras, no signs, no witnesses. He walked around the block twice, just to make sure no one was following him. When he returned home, the bag was gone. He stared at the space where he had left it. Empty. The floor was clean. No sign of a break-in. Nothing else was missing. Just the bag. He sat down, trying to calm his thoughts. Maybe someone had been watching all along. Maybe it was a test. Or a trap. Or something worse. But the more he thought about it, the more he felt lighter. That night, he slept better than he had in days. From that moment on, Dylan went back to his usual routine. He went to work, saved what little he could, and walked the same path every morning. But he never walked past that alley again. You just listened to a full English story and picked up real language in context, without needing any grammar charts or boring exercises. That's the beauty of this method. Stories help your brain understand English naturally and emotionally. Now it's your turn. What do you think happened to the bag? Who took it? Was it dangerous? Let us know in the comments. We love hearing your theories. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow for another English learning adventure.